Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's event on leadership. Today's program is about youth leadership development. I'm pleased to be here today hosting this event, which is considered to be one of our most intellectual and enlightening program provided by the American Association for Arab Women. I'm also very delighted to see this gathering of members of our community and our fellows from all over Massachusetts. So thank you very much for responding to our invitation. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I would like to thank the Malden Public Library and its members, and especially Ms. Dora Martins, the director of the library, who respond positively and always help us when we ask. So thank you so much to the Malden Public Library. I also want to thank everyone who have been a good help to the association, those who always put a lot of effort and energy into helping this organization. Some of them even prepared some of the cookies today. Men and women, members of organizations that share with us the same concern, the same ideas, and the same principles. Official members of the Malden City Hall, which brings me to the mayor of our city, Mr. Gary Christensen. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here with us, but instead we have Ms. Maria Lewis here with us. Thank you so much for coming, Mr. She's the mayor assistant. Thank you so much. Again, thanks to Mr. Kevin Mollis, the Chief Police. Thank you to Ward 6 Councillor Mr. Kennan, Mayor Kennan. I just cannot thank him enough. I'm talking about the Gary, Mr. Mayor, and his staff. I just cannot thank them enough for the support that they are providing to the association. They always behind us whenever we need them. Thank you again, Mr. Mayor. A special thanks goes to all the members of the association for all the work they do despite all of the challenges they are facing. And finally, I want to thank the president of the association, Ms. Suad Akib. She has worked so hard to establish this organization from the beginning. She assists everyone she sees in need of help without seeking anything in return. She does that on top of her duty as a wife and a mother of two. We have chosen a fulfilling program for you tonight. We have gathered a presentation about leadership. This will be presented by Murad Afani and Rita Johari. Along with a panel discussion which gathered three personalities from different backgrounds who are here today to share with us their leadership stories. But unfortunately, Dr. Wang Singh, he couldn't be here tonight with us for health reasons. But anyway, we thank him for, he was willing to come and help us and share his story with us, but unfortunately he couldn't be here. Dr. Nahid Khouri and Professor Ms. Johnny Parker. But first, Rita Johari is a Malden resident as well as a Malden High School graduate class of 2014. She currently attends the University of Massachusetts Boston on a full scholarship. She was a student athlete who swam and rowed crew. She is an active member in the community and currently a member of the Muslim Student Association and Pyramid Society. Then we have Murad, Murad Afeni, at the age of 24, he just done it all. He has a business degree and bachelor degree, and lately he obtained his master's degree in international economy. On top of that, he's the treasurer of the American Association for Arab Women and a member as well. He's a member of many clubs at his college and recently created his own association for leadership in accordance with his colleague in Morocco. He also runs a gym and has obtained a second degree black belt in martial art. Please join me for a warm welcome to Murad Afeni. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashiana. Thank you very much. Thank you for everyone who take the time to come today and join us in this great event. For people, for those who weren't here last time, the first leadership workshop, the first leadership workshop was focused on the different components of leadership. Different components of leadership from management, technology, the use of communication, especially social network and social media actually. And also we focused on social entrepreneurship and its roles in terms of bringing economic development within the community or in businesses. This year youth leadership workshop will focus on leadership in the community, how to get involved, to develop a set of skills and motivation as well, how to get yourself motivated as well as the youth. We will start with principles of leadership. Leadership has a lot of principles. I narrowed them down into 3 principles. First, we have responsibility. When we talk about leadership, we talk about responsibility, which encourages all members to plan, implement, and evaluate their action together to share leadership decisions and decision-making responsibilities. It also recognizes the leadership potential within each person and the gifts that each member can bring to a particular team or group. Collaboration involves building bridges or networks with others outside of your own group. All the resource or even the mandate to effectively address the issues at hand. It's also, collaboration helps also identifies stakeholders. When we talk about stakeholders, we talk about banks, we talk about politicians who can help you through your plan of action or through your goal. Of course, we cannot talk about leadership without talking about action. It's not enough to learn about leadership, it must be practiced and it must be locally relevant. People come together to talk about issues, to make decisions together, and to learn how to operate more effectively. They also have a strong commitment to act on issues, to do together, to walk the talk, and to make a difference. It's not about only raising concerns and complaints, but basically doing something about it. We'll talk also about principles of community. Community honors heritage. A rich history and heritage are important parts of what each community is today. Effective community leadership honors its heritage. Who has made up the community, what contributions they have made, and what has made it a place where people want to live. Also, effective community leadership looks to the future. Where are we going? How are we getting there? Also, what we need to maintain a viable community. It's also, community builds interests and values, common interests. There is always something that brings people together, brings community together. Sometimes it is a common crisis, it is a common concern. Sometimes it's a common interest. Often it is because they care and want to be involved in positive change. Effective community leadership does not need to wait for a crisis or someone else to take action, but it's all about initiative. Values. Diversity is an important element to be celebrated. For instance, here when we are in Malden, Malden is considered one of the diverse cities in our state. So that's, and if we have a diverse community, we tend to produce more. Smart goals. Last year I talked about vision, mission, and goals. Vision basically, let's say for instance we have an example, we have a graduate student who is going to college. His vision is to get a degree, MD degree, for instance, a doctor, to become a doctor. So that's his long-term vision. However, he has a mission. Mission is to work hard towards his goal. He needs to have goals, objectives, short-term. Okay, I have to do a good job on the test tomorrow, get a 90 out of 100. So that's his goal. It's a very short-term. It needs to be framed, smart, specific, achievable, realistic, and time-framed. We have to put times to our goals. So we need to be clear about them, and if we're not clarifying them, we can do a lot of work without any results. Community involvement. This is a big topic. I'm going to talk a little bit about it very briefly. Community resources. Everybody needs to know our community rich. We have a lot of centers here. First one is here. Malden Public Library is a resource. Volunteering. I'm going to talk about that as well. Seeking advice. Advice comes from everyone. But it is very important to know where to get the right advice from. We tend to say to our kids, they should volunteer. I think before they volunteer, they should know what they love to do and what they are passionate about. Volunteering is important. I was reading some statistics. 90% of youth who volunteers in their community, they can stay with it and they can give back to their community. 90% of them. The experience of volunteerism can help develop many social competencies, develop identity, compassion, and leadership.